Hey everybody, welcome to the Plaid Girls TV. I'm Shivaun Palmer. Today is Monday, January 16th, 2016. We want to wish everybody a happy new year. I'm so honored to have as a guest this week Ms. Heather Cox Stark. She's the executive director and founder of Gracefully Strong, an incredible nonprofit based in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that will have plans to scale nationally. And believe me, ladies and gentlemen, this will be all over the world for our girl power soon, okay? So Heather, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you
Welcome
for
to the
having me.
Plaid Girls.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk. First of all, I love the name of your nonprofit, but let's do a little bit of background for our audience. How did this all happen? Why did you have this passion to launch this?
Okay.
And just look into it. Hi,
world. The Gracefully Strong came from, the idea came from my husband. I was a school counselor for years, and I just started noticing girls when they entered 4th through 6th grade, you know, one year everything's fine, and then the next year everything falls apart. And I was talking to my husband at that time. I met with 6th grade girls at lunch, and he said, "You know, Heather, you have a history of eating disorders, of self-doubt." He said, "I really think that you're supposed to do something. You're supposed to start a foundation." And at that time, I laughed at him. But I ended up changing school districts, and an opportunity opened up to apply for a grant through the Alito Education Foundation, and it was funded. And so I thought, okay, I might be onto something, and the response we had. And so I launched Gracefully Strong as an after-school program. And then people approached and said, "Can you do another program?" And then the next year we had 3, and it just grew, and
it's just the organic. It's just grown beautifully, which is the road to success. I was very honored, in fact. This is remarkable, this young lady. They had their first fundraiser in May of 2015 at the Sendera Center in Fort Worth, Texas. Over 300 people showed up for an inaugural fundraiser, which is unbelievable. And just the whole passion in that room. Heather, what really struck me, there were men as well as women there to support your nonprofit.
Yeah, and these dads get it too, you know, and they want to be a part of raising strong girls. They can put their spirits on and go conquer the world.
Well, let's talk about why at that age, that critical age in 4th grade, what are some of the issues? I know there's 3 or 4 key issues that you address with the girls through your program. Why don't you tell our audience?
Right, so girls, going into puberty, first of all, your identity starts being defined by your outside world. You know, you grow up and it's all you. I can do anything. And then they reach this age where their identity starts to being defined by the world around them, their peers, social media, their influence of their parents, and they're just very much aware of their body. And so it's the hormones, and I say it with love, it's a hot mess.
You know, we are hot messes, aren't we? Even after 4th grade.
Yes. And nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
And nobody is saying, hey, what you're feeling, as weird as it is, that's normal. And so I just feel like if we can just have these conversations now, before
get them when they're young.
Yes.
Critical.
Yes. And then when they're able to feel comfortable enough to share it, because it's a group experience, then the judging goes away and the grace comes on, and you realize you've got the strength to get through this, and you're going to fight that doubt.
So let's talk about the actual program itself. I understand it's 8 weeks.
It is.
And you piloted in the Alito district, which is just an area west of Fort Worth where Heather and her family are from. So take us through what the 8-week program entails.
Okay, so we meet once a week. We can do it after school. We can do it during the school day, partnering with the school. Once a week, 45 minutes to an hour, and we go from the very abstract of what is self-esteem, what does it look like, sound like, feel like, and then we take it to how do you use self-esteem to deal with the doubts? How do you use self-esteem to get to know yourself? Because the sad fact is, we as women don't ask ourselves the same questions we ask our best friends. Like, we know our best friends better than ourselves.
Absolutely.
And these girls, you say, describe your best friend, and they're like, oh, she's funny, smart, happy. And then you'll say, well, describe yourself. Silence.
Right.
And so we just start having those conversations, and then we pull in Mean Girl, and we pull in drama, and we pull in social media, relating to parents, and then it's a vision board. Where do you want your life to go? And Gracefully Strong, you know, is the car, the vehicle that we're going to get there, and then it comes to an end with, you know what have you learned? This is what I've learned. This is what I'm taking away from it.
So actually, this is a culture-changing initiative that Heather and her team have launched. And when you get them young, Heather, it really will change. It'll break that cycle, right, that happens, that women or girls that don't get exposed to this then you get mean girl behavior and low self-esteem well into the teens and even into adulthood.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so gracefullystrong.com is your nonprofit. How are you funded? What has been the response in terms of funding the nonprofit?
Oh my goodness, it's been amazing. Just a gift. We this year are concentrating on grants and private donations and then service fees, and it's just happened. Yeah.
Well, the need is obviously there, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So you actually envision this program, taking this program nationally, where you would train people to implement the program in school districts and after school activities around the country.
Yeah, the satellite places all over.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
It's amazing. We went down to Austin to present it back in October, and just even there was just, can you come here? And so, yeah.
So through ISDs and what other groups could be churches and ISDs?
Yeah, daycare centers.
That's awesome. Yeah. All right, so gracefullystrong.com is Heather's nonprofit, and they recently announced something that's very, very exciting that you're launching in February, which is an amazing project. So tell us about Grace and Grit.
Yes, so in February, I'm launching an LLC called Grayson Great Box, and it's a subscription box company for girls, and it's an experience to empower your daughter to be the hero of her own life, to realize she can conquer the world. It's going to be amazing. You can go to graceandgreatbox.com and get kind of a clearer picture of what's going on and sign up there.
No, it's officially launching February.
In February.
Okay, February next month. And this is an interactive experience where the girls receive these boxes each month, and there's messaging and tools and all kinds of activities for them to keep that mindset.
Yes, it is. There's a journal, there's pay it forward cards, there will be a charm and then some other item, and then it'll talk about a woman in history and what her character trait is that, has helped her change the world and become the hero.
And what a great gift you can give to graceandgreatbox.com, to your daughter, to your sister, to your friends. Again, move this movement forward with this. This is fantastic.
And part of the proceeds will go to Gracefully Strong.
Beautiful. Heather, what have you learned in terms of how has this changed your life? I know that you've had a lot of struggles in the past with your own self-esteem, and now you've launched something that's making remarkable impact on young girls' lives. How has that impacted you?
It's definitely empowering. If anything, it's, self-esteem is not 100% of the time.
Right.
But I can do this. I have learned to put on the voice of my spirit. That's what it is.
That's very powerful what you just said.
Yeah.
And you know what else I think is so remarkable and it's so key is the men being involved, the dads and the brothers and the kids at school. If we can get the whole community, this is not just a female issue, it's a family issue, right?
It is. I mean, research and studies show just when you have women that are educated, how better the economy is and the education of children, and it's just
absolutely. Yeah. And she's a mom of a young boy, and you want your son to grow up and be with a woman who feels good about herself and is strong, right?
Yes.
It's fantastic. Amazing lady here, Heather Cox Stark. Okay, and again, let's give our contact information. Ladies out there, start with the nonprofit.
It's gracefullystrong.com.
And the LLC, where you get the phenomenal boxes that'll be launching February of this year.
graceandgreatbox.com.
And I know I didn't prep you for this, but somehow I think you'll be able to answer me pretty quickly. Do you have a hero or a favorite quote that you'd like to leave with us today?
It has to be my grandma, Laureen Amerson, and then 8th grade teacher, Yolanda Medina. Yolanda was the first person that said you have to love yourself, but you also have to be your own best friend.
Powerful words, right, ladies and gentlemen? Heather Cox Stark, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Executive Director and founder of Gracefully Strong, and watch for the launch of graceandgreatbox.com February of this year. This is Shivaun Palmer with the Plaid Girls. We'll see you next week. Girl power.
Girl power.
Woo!